And then the podcasts and the books, and then you do these lives, you know, like Instagram lives and things like that. You have a huge following, obviously, we know, but those are exhausting. I mean, I have to prepare to do something like that. Like, I can't just...
I mean, we Iranians are addicted to something, right? My addiction is that. It's actually became an addiction.
Your addiction is what? Overachieving?
Yeah, because like you get in the spiral of not enough, and you want to feel something. That's why you go after things. It's never ever about what you're achieving. It's how it makes you feel. That's why we go after things. That's why we get married. We travel. We immigrant. It's because it makes us feel something. It's not because of the actual thing. And I was in a spiral of like, maybe I do this and maybe I do that. Then it makes me enough. But then it became an addiction for a while, and I had my downside of it of not feeling good, but now it's on a schedule with my assistants and admins and people helping me out, so I can rest. I have rest time, but from far for sure.
You're scheduling in rest time.
Yes, I'm scheduling
that sounds
rest
normal.
time.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, you talk about. I mean, you're insinuating. I bet even though you're overachieving, depending on the kind of parents you have, it's still not enough. It's still, there's an example of somebody else that, you know, it's like, do you get that?
Of course. Like I don't know, you make it 100K, you don't want 200K? You don't want $1 million? Like, you know, you can live a good life with 100K, but you want more. It's like...
So who's like saying that? You to yourself, or is somebody saying that to you?
I was taught this way. And then I had to rewire my brain, my chemistry, and go after the things that makes me feel better and more ease than just being in a spiral of chasing that feeling of never enough.
My dad was a beautiful soul. He died 10 years ago. He really was supportive, but nothing was ever good enough. And I have this famous, like this memory of when I was working in TV, and it was the second year I had just gotten, I was in my 20s or something, and I had just gotten this contract with a big paycheck for a second season of, you know, and I remember so clearly calling and I don't talk to anybody about money, I wouldn't call, you know, but I thought my dad will like this, my dad will appreciate this, you know, and I remember exactly where I was in the kitchen calling my dad. It was like 8:30 in the morning to share this news with him, you know. And my dad had learned, my sister and I had taught my dad that, you know, you need to show affirmation for your kid. You know, you can't just always criticize. So he had learned to start everything with, "That is great." And then there would be something, you know.
Of course.
So,
never enough.
Never enough. So I said, Dad, I got news, you know, I got this, I got a second season. I got this, you know, okay, yeah. And I said, and this is how much they're paying me. And I told him the amount, you know, which for me at that time was a lot, you know. And he said, that is great, but you know, Larry King is making $60 million a year. And I was like, Larry King?
God damn
75 years old, I can't, you know. Yeah.
You never win.
Never enough.
Never enough. Yep. Yeah.
So how do you, you claim to have balanced your lifestyle. You claim that you've found balance now.
Yes.
But you have a new Netflix series that starts next week. Yes?
No.
And The Night Agent, when does it come out?
The Night Agent is coming out in 2 months. I'm going to be on second season. Look for Hale, guys.
Hale. That's your character?
Yes.
Wow. Hale. And The Night Agent's a big series.
It was top 10 for a whole year on Netflix for season 1, but I'm not in it.
And then you've got another thing that's quite exciting you told me about. Yeah. Can you talk about that? The new.
I can a little bit. A film that is coming up that I'm about to start filming in 2 weeks in Joshua Tree back in California, and Fari Borza Arabnia is going to be my Baba, my dad. He's coming back, and he hasn't been active in the film industry, Hollywood industry for a while now. This is his, I would say, second or the first time coming back.
And what's that film about?
It's actually about an Iranian family that the mom is dealing with a cancer, and how all 3 of them are just trying to juggle things around. How does it feel to be an immigrant on top of it? deal with something heavy.
And you're the
as
daughter.
that. And I'm the daughter.
You know, we had Armin Amiri on the show last week, a couple of weeks ago. He's an actor, he's an Iranian actor, and you know, he's done pretty well. He's in the new Sex and the City, you know. But he was saying, I mean, famously, you know, you go back not that far, 10 years, 20 years ago, and Iranians were only cast as terrorists or stereotypical sort of bad guys or something like that. He made an interesting assertion where he said that has changed for Iranian women actors, but not for men. In other words, the women are getting more diverse, interesting roles. The men are still, in fact, he said, I think he got offered a role in The Night Agent, but it was like cab driver who blows things up or something. It was some stereotypical Iranian thing. Does that resonate for you? Do you think that's true? That
I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. I mean, when it comes to acting for Middle Eastern, I count as Middle Eastern, and it goes under the umbrella of MENA, Middle Eastern North African. And when it comes to Hollywood, it's like 0.1% of MENA people are in the industry, but there are not that many of us. But again, for men, it could be more typical roles, like what he said. Us could be like a little bit more variety. But it's a recent thing, I would say past 2 years. I mean, when it comes to things like this, I always encourage people, especially Iranian us, we have so many stories, to write more, to make things ourselves, because we can come together and create those things. If the industry doesn't really want us as leading roles and leading actors, we can make that happen for us, for ourselves. When I moved out, there were so many people that they were saying, Anusha, like, you're not, I'm not famous, but I wasn't famous at all back then. They're like, at least you would be a little bit famous here, then leave. No one has done this, to go and start from zero in an industry that doesn't really want an Iranian woman with the Iranian nose. And I was like, then one person, somebody has to do it, you know? One person has to pave the path, is that how you say it?
Listen, I'm still pissed that the Prince of Persia was Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, the Prince of Persia, you know, some of us wouldn't want that kid.
Yeah.
I hope it's okay to ask this, but I mean, is Haleh an Iranian character?
Iranian American.
Iranian American, okay, well that's better. I mean, one of the things that Armin was saying is, I mean, his character in Sex and the City 2, and it's called, and just like that, the show is called, is actually, I think the character himself is Indian or something. Like they still, and I said, you couldn't just be Iranian? And he was like, no, they didn't want the character to be Iranian. And I thought that was, wow, like, it's okay to be Arab or Indian, but not Iranian? It's that bad for us, you know? But
it's changing. It's changing because we're having more directors and producers and actually writers that they want to create Iranian stories about Iranian, like the film that I'm about to do. Like they want to create, I mean, Mojan Arya is our executive producer. He's Iranian Australian, and he's all about Iranian stories. He's been in he's been on Apple shows. He's been he is in the industry, but when he wants to create something, he pours into that. He pours his love into our stories.
Impressive young guy. We had him.
And
I'm so excited for all of the things that you're doing. I think people. Just very quickly before I let you go, on the wellness front, what's the latest thing that has inspired you to teach people to balance their lives?
To balance their lives? There's this book called The Gift that it's poems. And I was listening to Roug, and her song was Mehmuniye Tuye Qalbam, which is a celebration in my heart. And it reminded me of this poem. I'm just gonna say 2-3 verses of it. It's not, I don't know it by heart. That says, every disease, bimari, comes from guarding, defending. There's nothing in this universe, in this alam, for you to defend, actually. And that's how you block. That's how diseases happens. And it's very inspiring. And her poem was like a celebration in my heart. And I really wish that upon everyone who's here.
understand it. Every dis-ease comes from defending.
And guarding, blocking.
But then you said there's nothing to guard?
No.
What if there is?
Sure. Like, okay, so if you want to open that door.
No, I mean, these things get said and they're beautiful,
yes.
but I want to know what.
So the ego creates your ego, your mind is creating a separation between.
Someone has broken up with me and I'm brokenhearted and I'm guarded about that. Isn't that a real thing? I'm not making that up.
No, because the ego is saying that is a bad thing, but your intuition and the guidance that you're in it needed that.
Oh. See that you did the Anushah on me there. That's the magic. That's It's really nice to have you. Thank you so much for making the trip here. Congratulations on all that's going on. The incredible Anushah, everybody.
Hooray! Hallelujah.
This is Roug, episode 340 live from the City Playhouse in Thornhill, Ontario, Canada. I have to mention one of our amazing sponsors for this show, Toronto Dermoplastic Clinic. Toronto Dermoplastic Clinic is a premier aesthetic and plastic surgery facility located. She is an Iranian-American singer and an actress based in California, known for her contributions to Persian popular music. She was born and raised in Tehran. She began her career in acting as a teenager, working alongside acclaimed actors such as Behrouz Mousiri. Her true passion for singing led her to gain popularity, especially after being recognized for her talent on a very popular TV show hosted by Feridun Farrokhzad. Following the Islamic Revolution, she eventually fled from Iran in 1985, relocated to India, later to Canada and the United States, where she continued to pursue her music career. And throughout her journey, she has released albums and hit songs, and she has done things her own way, writing, creating, performing her own music. It is such a great pleasure to have her here in advance of a Canadian tour she is doing. Please welcome to the stage at Roug Live 3, Nusha Farid. Wow. Thank you for being here. Merci.
Thank you.
You look incredible. You look amazing.
Thank you.
I'm not kikiing with you.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know the meaning of kicking.
Yes, most of us don't. But Ariana and Sarah are going to give us a class afterwards on it. First of all, welcome to Thornhill.
Thank you so much.
But Canada is not unfamiliar to you. In fact, you have spent a lot of time in Canada, and you're a Canadian citizen, right?
Yes.
But a lot of people don't know that, do they?
Because, I have a very private life, and I was going to US, I'm coming to Canada. Usually I don't see anybody. I have few people, they know I'm Canadian, and I live in Canada and US, But I love Canada.
Why do you love Canada?
Yeah. Canada is my home, honestly.
Why do you love Canada?
Pardon me?
Why? Why do you love Canada?
When you live in US, then you love Canada.
You just went back to the US, didn't you?
Because, the first I moved to US because all the Persian companies or songwriter, or everything for Persian entertainment. It was happening in Los Angeles because all people we know, they moved to Los Angeles. It was necessary to live there and work there, start working,
What about now?
Now
Did you go back to California now? The weather is nice, obviously.
Weather is nice, but everything is changed. We don't see those happening shows and songs, and everything is changed, unfortunately.
Shafin, you are a very private person.
Yes.
You told me that once before, and when I thought about it, I thought, you're not the kind of person that I see pictures of Nushafain at the club, or Nushafain was at this event. We don't see a lot of you, and you keep your life quite private. Mm-hmm. That's obviously a conscious decision. You intentional.
I started my career when I was 16, and when I married after the revolution, I was 24. When you live 17 years, when you live with your husband, you raise your husband's children, you kind of not going to club, because everything was changing in Iran. And honestly, I'm not the club person. Before, Shahbar is here. Shahbar knows I used to go to club when I was 17 years old. But when I started my career as a singer, I couldn't do that. I'm not a club person.
But I just meant that as an example. But I think I
don't like to go to
Mehmoonies,
gathering with people.
Why not?
I don't know. I love my life. I love to be alone, and I don't get bored. Yeah, and I love my privacy. I have like a few friends here and there, and I'm happy with them.
I wondered, the reason I was asking the question partly was because I wondered that if you were, you were...
فارسی بگو اگه نمیفهمم.
Noah, you were great. I'm going a little deeper.
Open it.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking is you were so exposed as a teenager. Everybody knew you. You were, you were an actor, you were a singer, you were people that you had a lifetime, even at a young age, of attention, and that it must be more comfortable. You don't necessarily want all of that attention now. Would that be true?
I really don't understand.
Yes, I'm not sure I understood my question either.
Yeah. See, as a singer, when I go do concert, people comes and to see me and give me their love. They like my song. I enjoy with them. Okay. But after that, this is my job. I have to go to home and do whatever I do every day. I'm not the person. I'm not the.
If somebody comes up to you in the supermarket and says,
nobody notices me.
They don't?
No, because usually I don't put makeup. I always wear, like jeans or casual things, and nobody notices me. I'm free. I'm free.
Beautiful. Freedom.
Tell me about these. You're doing these dates.
Do you understand?
Yes, I love your dad to death.
من کلاً آدم تنهاییم. یعنی من کلاً I didn't have any party که پوش کنه منو. یا شاید maybe my character, whatever I am, maybe some people don't like it. But now شرکت the Tarane and Parsariai, my friend who work with شرکت Tarane, they decide to help me to make a concert, and they think I deserve to perform in a bigger what you say in English?
Theater
Theater.
Space, yeah.
Yeah, And they, they reserved the Winter Garden Theater, and I have a big band, and you don't miss it because it's a great show. And thanks to شرکت ترانه and پارسای عزیزم.
And you're excited to be playing these shows.
Yeah.
Is it, how much do you have to rehearse when you're back on the horse, so to speak?
Yeah, rehearse actually, I'm going to US 1st of October, and we have 6 rehearsals. We have a great band, they all are professional, and I think we are ready to do that.
You are such you're a legend of pop, Iranian pop music. First from the late 70s, then again in the 90s and early 2000s, you had those big hits. I asked you before the show about whether you think Iranian music today is better. Whether Iranian music today is better than it was 2 or 3 decades ago. It's the kind of question that usually somebody goes, "Oh, yeah, I really love what the kids are doing,"
No.
And you said no.
No, it's worse. It's bad.
So
It's,
tell us about that.
Because everybody, they like somebody likes their face and they enjoy with. I don't know چجوری بگم، از خودشون خوششون میاد و یه پولی برمیدارن و میرن آهنگ میخرن و ویدیو میکنن و پخش میشه. The only things I don't like is the people. People doesn't care. They don't care why they are going to their show and watching them. What they are saying. Everything is every day getting worse.
It's more manufactured. It's not real. It's not as authentic.
Exactly. It's really bad. I really ask people, I beg you guys, at least when you are watching some singers, listen to their music, listen to what they are saying. It's bad. Well, what should I say? I don't know.
And you also believe that things are still a lot worse for Iranian women in music than they are for Iranian men. Not just inside Iran, but around the world, right?
I don't know, it was 2 years ago for Mahsa and Zan Zendegi Azadi, but nobody cared. When you see all men singers singing, and there is no woman. I really watch them on my Instagram. Whoever sing nice, I like them. The woman, not the man, because we have lots of male singer, and it's enough. I swear to God, I watch Afghani people, Afghani singers. They all women. And when you see like American shows like E.T. or they're all talking about the Taylor Swift.
No, excuse me, cutting up. Knowing that we were going to have this conversation, I looked at the billboard, I looked at the charts in America.
Yeah.
And in Canada. They're all women. Taylor Swift, Tate McRae, Karol G, Camila Cabello, exactly. Sabrina Carpenter, it's all women. But not, and you're saying, but...
Just Persian, just Iranian has like 1 million male singer and like 5 females. I swear to God, it's bad. It's really bad. I don't know, you have to change it. We cannot do anything. You have to change it.
Well, why, obviously inside Iran, we know the reasons why, women...
But it's we are losing our music, we are losing our lyrics. It's bad, I think we are responsible to listen to good songs and good lyrics and save this, what you say, save this job, whatever you said in English, I forgot to.
Save our legacy, or our musical legacy?
Yes, music, yes.
Is there, just to turn it around a little bit, is there anyone musically you have been inspired by, you do like?
Yes.
Who?
Ramesh.
Oh.
I used to love, I still love Ramesh. I still love Homera. those ladies was my everything, you know.
I'm so grateful that you're here.
Thank you so much.
And you flew in for this, and it was such an honor. And also that you've got these shows coming up. Toronto, Montreal.
26th of October we are in Montreal. November 9th we are in Toronto. And 21st of December we are in Vancouver.
Now,
And can I say
yes,
something?
please, of course.
خواهش میکنم for the first time. من میخوام که شما خواننده های خانم رو ساپورت کنید و اگر زودتر بلیتتون رو بخرین باعث میشه که کنسرت های خانم زود سولد آوت بشه و این یه رولوشنی خواهد بود و I need you guys to do that.
Speaking of female singers singing, I asked you a month ago, one of our phone calls, I said, would you be okay to sing a song for us? And at first she said, well, my whole band isn't coming, I'm not sure. And then you graciously agreed.
Oh, thank you so
and
much.
we found someone to accompany you.
Yeah, actually, you introduced me to Ghazal, beautiful girl. And I just want to, I told you, I got cold. And you have to sing with me. I'm singing Golhan Gol Aftab Gard.
Such a pleasure to have you. Right over there and sing for us. Ghazal, are you here? There she is, yeah. What an honor.
La 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 la. آفتاب گردون میترسم از بارون یارم تو شب مهتابی لیلا رو نگیر از مجنون
Immigration is like moving on from a relationship. So it's like that. You have to leave everything that you have very close and emotional relationship with for many years, and you just need to leave everything. You just
take a look at the big screen. The second ever recipient of the Roug Media Icon Award, presented by Montreux, is a true Iranian musical legend that we are thrilled to have in our presence. He is an Iranian icon who has left an indelible mark on the Persian pop music scene. Iranian has been the spine of Persian popular music for the last 7 decades. It is not hyperbole. His moniker is literally the pop father. He is truly a treasure, and the hits have just kept coming. That is a little taste of Jian Ghomeshi from about 14 years ago, a massive hit for Qamyar with Black Cats, a beloved group that has been the brainchild and creation of our latest Icon Award recipient for decades, Shahbal Shapare. Catchy tunes and energetic performances. Founded by the talented Shahbal, the band first emerged in the 1960s. They started by covering songs from English artists, such as the Beatles, James Brown, Ray Charles, and the Rolling Stones. And Black Cats immediately caught attention with band members that we now know as Iranian music icons like Farhad, Ebi, and Hassan Shemizadeh. Then the 1979 revolution occurred and changed everything, prompting Shahbal to eventually leave Iran, first to Europe and then permanently to the United States. There he once again formed the Black Cats band and not only created classic hit songs in Persian music, but did so with a vision to nurturing young artists. From Piruz and Kamran and Human to Qamyar to Sami Beki, the Black Cats released a string of hit singles and albums, solidifying their status as one of the most influential Persian music groups of their time. They are still at it in a big way with an exciting new lineup, and so is the Ustad himself present, the maestro, the legendary musician, songwriter, producer, and band leader. In the end, it will not just be the hits, the melodies, the memorable performances, and the engaging videos he will be known for, but the nurturing and building of a Persian pop music legacy that simply would not exist in the same way without him. It is an honor to welcome him as our latest recipient of the Roug Media Icon Award. This is for you, Shahbal Shapare.
Shahbal, this is for you.
Mi piace
جذاب حاجونزاده. Many of you will recognize that incredible Black Cat song that she just did. We thought of doing something, a different kind of tribute for Shahbal. It is an honor, first of all, Amir Firuz, if you're here from Montreux, I'd love you to come up on stage to be help present this award. Ustad Babak Amini.
Honestly, I haven't prepared anything, but anything comes to my heart and mind, I will share with you all. I'm so honored that we have you, Shahbal June, here in Toronto, first of all, and thank you for the fantastic program that you have. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, everybody, like some people say, Shahbal from Black Cats, but all the time I want to correct it. Black Cats from Shahbal. Shahbal, thanks for everything that you've done for music, art, in pop music industry. I know that you put your heart and life to build up the Black Cats, and you supported lots of fantastic artists. Actually, you built up their careers, and I was there a couple of, 15 years ago. I noticed how you support the young artists, and basically you changed their lives. If you're asking me, Black Cats is not just a band. Black Cats is school. Shahbal has a special talent to notice the fantastic artists, and always he has lots of amazing young kids around him, and after a couple of years you see those artists, you see those young kids becoming like Kamyar, like Piruz, so many different artists that you all know. And I don't know what to say, but I want to say little thing, my experience that I was in LA. I have beautiful experiences, but the most beautiful thing comes to my mind when I'm going to Los Angeles is Shahbal June and his beautiful family. Golijun is here, and Melody is not here, but is here, Melody too. Thank you, everybody, and please give it up for Shahbal.
Please welcome to the stage, Shahbal Shahbal, the newest inductee to the Roug Media Icon Award.
شهبال دوست داریم، شهبال دوست داریم، عمو شهبال نازنین. مرد خوبیه. We love you, شهبال جون. Black Cats, we love you. آقا همه با هم پیشی معما بزنیم. آقا پیشی معما رو بزن دیگه.
I'm really speechless. Honestly.
We love you.
Merci.
Love you, عمو شهبال.
Is there any non-speaking parts here? No. So why we speak English?
Because we are Persian.
Yeah. Now, First of all, I have to really thank you people. Without people, artist doesn't mean anything. This is my understanding of being an artist. Artist is made by the people and for the people. I've been in this business not as a good artist, no, but as someone who understood what an artist means to people, what he has to do beside his art, whatever it is to do something for the people. And what I did, all I could, find the right talent. It's them that made me stand on my feet. And I really thank them all, every single one of them. And I thank you, honestly, I'm honored to see that you went through making such a show tonight, not because of me, because of the people. You are one of them. I remember I've always seen these big shows, like talk shows, like Letterman, like all of them. But now, for the first time, I see a person, a young man, to do a show like this. Tonight was really one of the beautiful shows I've seen. So many artists, so many talents here. And you always are sort of showing them to the people what they've done. My English is scrambled English.
Please speak Farsi a little bit. Please speak Farsi.
No, honestly, Now, back in Los Angeles, no matter what, how many languages you speak, you step into Los Angeles, you forget every single word of it. Now, those people back in Los Angeles, they speak English that no Englishman will understand. I studied in London. I was just a kid. My father sent me to London. And then I started speaking Cockney better than the Cockneys. When I went back to Iran, and then it took me about 40 years to go back what I was before going to London. Non-speaking English, nothing. Everybody speaks a different English in Los Angeles. Honestly, the funny thing is when the Americans come to Los Angeles from other states of America, you know how they speak English worse than me. Believe me, they forget their own language because everybody is speaking Farsi. And then they know even the proverbs of Farsi. They say it, honestly. And, but still, we do speak a little bit as much as we need. Actually, I wanted to turn the table on you tonight and say, speak Farsi. He speaks Farsi better than my English, honestly. And the funny thing is, always him start talking to me half in Farsi, half in English. And I understand the Farsi 10 times better than English. The way he speaks English, I mean, so fluently. And then I ask him, what did you say? And then he says, this in Farsi. I said, why didn't you say it in the first place? I mean, we're supposed to be understood by people, no matter what language we speak, even silent language. soon as I do this, you know that I'm thanking you. That easy. But I'm very serious. The show you put on tonight, just remembering everybody. And this lady just sang this opera song. I'm a classical musician. I've always been a classical musician. But love of music, it doesn't have to be only one style. No, I love music, any type of music. That's what I did. Although I was in symphony orchestra by National Symphony of Iran, 17 years, but I loved pop music, rock music, any kind of music. And every person that I brought into the band, I